Hello, folks, and welcome to our channel. So, we're going to do a royal update today. And the areas that I'm going to be looking at are the Trump state visit in September that has just been announced. I'm also going to be looking at the peace talks between the King and Prince Harry. We're also going to be looking at Harry and Meghan and the energy surrounding them. And we're also going to be looking at Catherine and George. So, more on that later. We're going to go in that order and we're going to start with the Trump state visit. The decks I'm going to start using with that are Predictions deck by Trish James Oracles and the Governance Oracle again by Trish James Oracles. And we'll do the Gilded Tarot as well. So, let's have a look. Let's do the predictions deck first. Trump state visit, September 2025. Apparently, the president will be staying at Windsor Castle. So, taken by force has just flipped out. So, is there some force behind this? Has this been pushed through? Spreading and mutating. We'll come back to that. Trump state visits UK September. Urgent act now. At the bottom of the deck, we've got support role. So this feels as though possibly, is it the king that's pushing this through to try and get in there before things become out of control? I mean, he has done some good as Trump. There are, he's trying to bring peace into certain parts of the world. Um, but he can also be a wrecking ball. And I'm wondering if somehow the king or the people behind the king or the UK government are using this to try and not bring him to heel, because I don't think you could bring Trump to heel. But to try and give him some more grounding and give him some direction before it gets out of control. You joined forces to try and join forces, so the UK and the US to try and build relations, to try to find the common ground. Changes are coming. We know that changes are coming. The world is changing. I'm feeling that possibly there's going to be talks during this of how I think it could be actually quite healing. I feel it could be quite healing for the UK and US, or the aim is for it to be quite healing for both countries to continue to grow together and thrive together, coerce, manipulate. And that's been placed under this card, under this card here, which is spreading and mutating. I don't think this is down to a virus. Well, with this deck, one with all decks, you have to look outside the box sometimes. I think there's an energy around Trump that is spreading and mutating. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of things in the air. There's a lot of worry around Trump. There's a lot of uncertainty around Trump, and I'm feeling they're trying to bring this back into balance before it gets out of hand. Um, Interesting. Classify documents. Do they know something that we don't? Classify documents. Will we ever get to the bottom of it? Urgent act now. This could be war. This could be something to do with potential World War III energy. And we don't like to wish that in, but it is a potential at the time. At the time. That's interesting. I was meaning now, but maybe in September there could be something else with World War III or some other thing. Could even be a disease or something hanging over us. I'm not trying to fearmonger. It's just coming up in the cards. So there's something here that maybe we're not being told, and there's classified documents, and they're getting together as well to try and get a strategy in place. Ooh, shadow ruler. Now, are these the rulers that rule behind the scenes? The people that we never see? So, orchestrated. Um, I keep pulling, I'm intrigued. Innocent and truthful, and worldwide earth, next generation, thinking about the future. Could also be King Charles thinking about, who's going to step into his shoes when he goes and what is he leaving behind. And this, I'm not going to read it just yet until in about 5 minutes' time, but this could also be tied in with the peace talks with Harry. Well, Harry's people that are going on right now, um, trying to get the kingship, trying to get the family back into some sort of equilibrium so that when William takes over, it's not going to be in total chaos because there's a lot going on. Surveillance record, so looking at things that have been seen, and corrupt dealings. So they're aware of corrupt dealings that have been going on in the world. They want to discuss this. Um, China, I'm just being given the word China. So there's concerns around China. I mean, careful what I say here. There could be information that we're not privy to in relation to um, C19 that they want to discuss as well. That possible future situations like that. So they're talking about because there is this a virus in here, so there could be concerns with China, and things that can come from China, etc. Um, right, what I'm going to do is I want to pull some cards for the king, and then I want to pull the card for Trump, and I'm doing the king first, just because it's UK. Okay, King Charles state visit US. I'm recording. King Charles state visit US. Future time. He's thinking about the future. He's trying to ease the way. Planned outcome. That looks like a young Prince Charles. Looks like a bit of a Prince Louis as well thrown in. It's not Prince Louis, by the way. Not unless Louis one day becomes king, but who knows with the way the timelines are collapsing. Um, Charles is thinking about the future. He doesn't want to leave it all on William's shoulders. Do you know something? I don't think I've said this on the channel, and it keeps coming into my head to say it, and I keep not saying it for some reason. I don't know why. But when was it? March. It will have been March because it was Gary's birthday and we'd just gone away. And I can't remember what it was clearly, but there was something with the Kings. Did he have to cancel something due to a side effect of chemo? Something like that. Don't quote me on it. I'm wondering if he was told, and I'm getting chills back in March, that there was nothing they could do for him and just to live his life the best way he wants to live it. And that's why he took a day or two down to think about things, to plan things. There's definitely a feeling in my body right now that Charles is trying to leave things in a smooth position as possible. So I'm wondering if in March it was side effects that he was off with, but side effects of the news, if that makes sense. Um, Mainstream news as well. So Charles is concerned over mainstream news. There's concerns over things that are going on in the news. Um, that's interesting. Is it got kill on? No, it's. I thought it was a kill. But it's not a kill. It's little schoolboy shorts that they wear. Commercial airline. So that's the traveling. So there's travel. Did Charles want to sail? Not sail. Travel to America. I don't know. Or it's not possible for him to travel to America. I'll come back to it if we remember. Military plane, two cards of planes. Downgraded. So let me keep pulling and then we'll. Fake news. So again, there's something about fake news here. Is Charles also concerned over planes and what's going on with the planes at the minute? Because I'll be honest with you, right now, I would not fly. And that's not me fear mongering. There's just something not right with the plane industry. There's issues with planes that's been coming up in readings. There's issues with energies in the sky. There could even be other sinister things going on. But there's something here in relation to planes, fake news, um, holding power, Charles wanting to hold on to his power. I mean, when Trump did come into power, he was a bit of a wrecking ball, coming out with all kinds of stuff about having this country, that country, and yes, UK showing that we're not just going to roll over and be taken, um, and ruling the world and countries is about working in harmony. Energy weapons. He wants to talk about energy as well. He's got a lot on his mind, as Charles, in relation to US. Charles is concerned about the world, he's concerned about war, he's concerned about planes, he's concerned about possible viruses, spreading mutations coming up again. This could also be the cancer, um, and coerce and manipulate. Interesting. What I say I'm going to do a clarifier for? Commercial, I can't remember. There was that much military plane. I'm going to do a clarifier for the coerce and manipulate. Replace or exchange, offering donations at the bottom. Declassify documents. There's something going on here that the public aren't aware of. And it could even be possible because what I'm seeing is I don't even really want to talk on the phone. Um, there's something that possibly the King and Trump are aware of, and they want to speak face to face. Let's have a look at Trump, and then we'll do some cards on the outcome of it. God, opening up the decks is taking forever. So Trump's energy, President Donald Trump, his energy, UK state visit, September 2025. Evidence of scandal. So Trump's got some evidence of scandal going on. Moon, no, unclear. So there's some illusion going on. Surprise attack. So there's a surprise attack here. What that is, I mean, does Trump know of a surprise attack coming? Is there an attack coming on Trump? I don't know. We'll come back to that if I remember. I don't forget like I did last time. Airborne tox. There's something here with this virus thing. Airborne toxins. Ew. Royal family. Be interesting to see if Trump's, because I don't know about genealogically, as in his bloodline, but his energetic connections are to royalty. He's got previous incarnations within royal family connections. Um, and I'm feeling that Trump can't help but be in power. He likes power. He loves power. Um, it's in his blood. It is in his blood. It's in his energetic field. We know he's had past lives as Roman emperors. We know that, and possibly quite a few Roman emperors, to be honest. Farming industry, evidence of scandal. So that's going to be placed under that. Farming industry. Does Trump know something about the farming industry? And they're going to be talking about that because that would be something close to Charles's heart as well. Farming, agriculture. Interesting. Rockets and SpaceX. So it could also be discussions about space, things with um, Elon. Prepare, stock up. Talking about future plans. Health matter. Also, as this could be the King's health. Ah, that's going down in it on the royal family pile. Well, not pile, the royal family card. Health matter. Um, Charles knows that the. I don't know how this would work, but Charles is aware of the vulnerability of the United Kingdom should he die, and then, but then it'd just go for it'd just be the king is dead, long live the king. But again, it's down to nobody stepping in. Well, would that happen? Um, there's definitely something with the health here. There's something with virus, with health matters, with the king. Um, I keep pawning. DL Trump. Assistance and help. Could this also be in connection with Harry and Meghan and the children? I don't know how. Um, he's because obviously his son lives in America. His grandchildren live in America. Um, Reminded me of Lily and Archie that because we never see them. You see the backs of their heads. You never see their character. You never see the front facing. They are like a shadow. Many people believe they don't exist. Me personally, I think they do exist. Whether they came through anyway or whatever, that's a totally different matter. But I believe there's two children there. I believe that, they've got Harry's DNA there. Whatever else is going on, God knows. But I think there's a concern over that as well. But why would you be going and talking to Trump about it? Um, but again, could whatever's going on in Montecito be used against monarchy? Classified knowledge again, and it's coming in with the two little ones. Classified knowledge, strategy and planning. The next move. I'm going to do one more card. Politicians and government as well. So there is going to be there is going to be the governmental influence. So we've got family, we've got health, we've got war, we've got virus, we've got Harry and Meghan, we've got possibility with the kids and stuff that's going on there, how that comes into a state visit. We've got the king worried about the transition of power. I mean, it could also be, say, if they do know that there's question marks over the children, it could be that, Trump taking charge of it from his end, as well as, say, if Charles dies, it could all, like a lot of things were held back because of the Queen, because of the respect of the Queen. Well, it could be that when the King dies, a lot of ultras come in wanting to share their stories and it just runs out of control. But if the president's controlling his end, um, what is going on? Trump being able to step in with emergency housing for Harry or the kids. I don't know. There's something there. Um, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? Be quite honest, I'm hearing Harry and Meghan are deeper than a Yorkshireman's pockets. If you're from England, you'll know that that is funny because Yorkshiremen are thought to be tight, so they have long pockets. And I heard Harry and Meghan are deeper than a Yorkshireman's pockets. Right. So how will this once they've had their state visit, how will it be? How will things pan out for their state visit? So how will energies be at the end of the state visit? Offering donations, so donations, abundance, coerce and manipulate at the bottom. So there's something there. Coerce and manipulate. I'm even being shown that Charles is concerned over Kia. Earthquake shake-up, so clearing. Something coming from that, like a tower moment. All for money. Looking after money. Looking after their own agenda. Returns to normal. It's almost like, oh, that's it. Like it was a bit like that with the French one, especially for the men on the street, us humans on the street, where we've got no idea really what has been discussed. It's a state visit. Everyone gets excited because they're going to see the pretty dresses come out and all this pomp and ceremony, and it's like, yeah, eat, sleep, rave, repeat. So it's almost like, yeah, and it's we've had it, we've seen it, it's gone, it's done. We don't know really what's going on behind closed doors. Something underground and in hiding. Distraction and illusion as well. Citing disclosure. This is also to do with alien activities, galactic activities. There's going to be possible discussions about that. Whoa, they've got a good agenda going on. Security cameras. So looking at security cameras, national security, global security. I'm feeling that there's a lot. There's a lot. Charles also wants to discuss the Epstein ring. God, not with Trump. Anyway, shh. Holding power. Three more cards. Well, two more cards, sorry. Future time. Mainstream news. We've come full circle. Holding power. The strength of the monarchy. Thinking for the future. Mainstream news. Also, as well, needing to make sure that certain stories are put out to the public. Wowzers. Right. I'm sure we'll be reading on this again in the future. Let's look at the UK government and the Trump visit. Bloody hell. See what cards come up. We'll use the governance oracle. So, UK government and Trump in a UK state visit. And then we'll move on. Ooh, okay. United Front, wanting to put on a united front. Health regulation again. So we've got health stuff coming up. Um, Peace treaty, trying to find peace. Foreign threats, being aware of foreign threats. Trying to get a way forward, a plan, a strategy. Easily bought. So there's an energy here of somebody being easily bought. Um, Buying people's silence. There's a successful outcome here. So whatever it is that they want to achieve, it's successful. There's going to be some misleading headlines around this time. Um, Also, as well, looking through misleading headlines. But that's been placed down in front of the united front. So it's going to be presented as a united front, but underneath the surface, it's not a united front. There's going to be knowledge withheld. There's a lot of secrets around it, and that is with health, something around health, and health regulation, knowledge being withheld. A state visit like no other, and this isn't because it's going to have lots of more pomp and ceremony. It's because there's a lot more going on here. And this is a historic meeting that will go down in the historic books. I don't know whether that's a particular meeting or all of it. Intimidation tactics, they're aware of intimidation tactics. and this is to do with peace treaty. This could be people that don't want peace, that they try and intimidate into peace, but that just stores it up for, um, excuse me, for a later date. There's a negative impact. Something is said or done during the state visit that causes a negative impact. And retaining authority. So UK government retaining authority, UK royal family retaining authority. How does Trump feel about the UK government after his visit? Isolated outcast, pursue isolated outcast and pursuit of control. Is he told straight? This could also be as well concerns over his own country and health issues in the US, people not being able to get medical care. I know there's been stuff about that. How will Kia feel about Trump at the end of the state visit? Tyrannical leadership and policy overhaul. So there's Kia feeling that there is tyrannical leadership in the US and that policies need overhauling. There's a lot. There is a lot. I'm feeling around about this time we're going to be bombarded with so much information. There's going to be so much information energetically, podcast news, papers, all of it. People like myself doing kind of it. It's going to be lots of information. So it's possibly a time of a lot of grounding, whether you're in the UK or the US, because there's a lot of shifts going on. Right. Apparently, Prince Harry, well, not King Charles and Prince Harry's people, senior people, have actually met, allegedly, according to the papers. There's photographs, I've not seen them, of the meeting in relation to trying to get peace between Harry and the King. So let's pull on this. Show me the energy behind all of this, please. Oops. Wanting to return to normal, wanting the son back, wanting him back in connection, desperate for him to be in contact. And I'm feeling this is for both sides as well. King's side and Harry's side as well. I'm hearing there was little boy lost as well. Health matter, we know the king and the cancer. Spreading and mutating. Now this came up in the Trump one, didn't it? In the state visit. Spreading and mutating the information about Harry and Meghan that it's getting out of control. It's running out of control. It's getting more and more dangerous by the day. Um, we know that there's this thing. Oh God, what's his name? If I say it wrong, I'm liable. Tyler Perry, is it? I'm sure it is. Anyway, one of their friends has been accused of um, sexual assault. I think it could be him or it could be somebody else. I won't mention names. I already have done, but is it Tyler Perry? I don't know. There's a lot, and I think Charles is possibly trying to calm it down. Submarine underwater. Harry is in too deep. Harry's in too deep. Whatever he's in too deep in, he's in too deep. There's been lies and deception again. Look at that little fella there. Lies and deception. Surveillance records. Somebody's been watched. Worldwide Earth. The world's aware of it. Washing one's dirty linen in public. There's been corrupt dealings. I'm to you the vision I'm being given. The vision I'm being given is, and I said this, oh God, was it as far back as 2020? Possibly. That they were watching Harry and Meghan. They, as in like the powers that were behind the throne type energy, and they have found, according to the cards allegedly, possible paper trails, tech trail of things where, stop being cryptic, Claire, just say it, allegedly. Basically, they've possibly seen evidence that Meghan or people connected to her have been planting stories. So this isn't just father and son. This is big shit going on, actually. I feel it in my bones. There's big shit going on, and this is, which is why their official sides are coming in before father and son actually sit in a room. It's also one of the reasons why Meghan is extremely quiet on Instagram. I've been waiting for her to pop up every time Catherine pops up, but for the first time in 500 years, she actually hasn't. And I'm like, whoa, flabbergasted. Because there's serious issues going on behind closed doors. Um, and again, how it ties into Trump, I do not know. Again, security cameras. So there's a lot to do with security cameras, watching surveillance, um, surprise attack. It could even, I mean, I know there's some, oh God, there's that much that comes out about these two. Um, that William or somebody or the Queen, one of them, one of the senior members, thought that this was all always a setup, a ploy with the, she was never, oh, I love you, it was never an organic love story, let's put it that way, that it was a surprise attack. Join forces, other people, puppet master type energies, also as well. Joining forces. Let me see what comes after that. Solution to a problem, both sides trying to, Harry's people and Charles's people trying to join forces. I mean, it could even be I don't know the name of the fella that's doing it. I'm rude, I know. Um, Something to do with commercial airlines again. That's weird. That came up in the other read. But I'm wondering if this staff member of Harry's has also seen stuff. He's seen stuff, and this staff member of Harry's, I don't know his name. I'm rude. I like that. He's seen or sent stuff. This man that is Harry's man, has friends that have it's all that we know we know they're all connected, and yeah, don't know. I'm shuffling again, but yeah, society collapse. But I know it. No, I know society. Well, society is collapsing, but that's for Claire Thackeray channel. That's 3D to 5D and all that. But I think this is Harry and Meghan. Their world is collapsing. Um, their world is collapsing. And Harry William, God, there's that many of them. Charles, he has regrets with Diana. He realizes that Diana was playing with fire before she died. She was in with the whole wrong crowd. And he never really tried to step in and help her. And he's trying to. And it's almost like I'm tapping into an energy of with Charles of, if it takes me to my dying day, I will try. Nobody will ever be able to say I didn't try. So he's gonna keep trying with Harry to try and not save him, yes, possibly, but to bring about a solution that he couldn't with Diana. But the truth is, you take a fish to water. No, it's not a fish to water, is it? It's a horse to water, which you can't make it drink, but hopefully you can. Anyway, so show me the king's energy towards these meetings. Show me the king's energies towards these meetings. Controlled puppet. So many people involved. Airborne toxins. Has the king realised that Harry is a victim in this? I'm not making excuses for him before I get run at. But if things have been going on behind closed doors that Harry has no idea about, tittle tattling, and the selling of stories and information, then Harry is a victim. You may say, well, he's a 30 odd, 40 odd year old man. Well, you'll be surprised at how, just because you're male and an adult doesn't mean to say you can't be the victim of something. Yeah, holding power, trying to do something as king to keep control of this situation. He's thinking about the future and William and George having to take over from this shite show. Mainstream news, he's concerned about news and what's happening with news. There's definitely something about news. Assistance and help. We had these two little uns that came in with Trump's video. He's concerned over the children. He's got classified knowledge in relation to the children and he's concerned. Um, yeah, declassified documents. So this is all classified knowledge. Um, Surveillance operations. One more card. Military plane. Wanting to reach out. Right, now let's pull on Harry. Prince Harry, his energy towards these meetings. Prince Harry, his energy towards these meetings. We'll take these. Underground and hiding. He's hiding. He's gone under. I don't mean he's gone actually, but do you know what I mean? Metaphorically speaking. Trying to keep his head down. A cyber attack, so his documents being hacked, his computer's being hacked. Two more cards. Innocent and truthful. Shadow ruler, yeah. Innocent and truthful and shadow ruler there. Being innocent of something, but somebody else, a shadow ruler over him. Distraction, illusion, not being present. Good outcome with the heart in his hand. So this could be a good outcome for him. Science breakthrough. So breakthrough. Ignore the word science. It's a breakthrough. It's an opportunity for him. I mean, you can actually include science because of the king's health. Um, it's an opportunity for him. It's his Five of Cups moment where there's a Three of Cups that have fallen and the Two of Cups are still standing. Big cities feeling isolated and alone with the shadow ruler. Feeling isolated and alone with the shadow ruler. And compromised and harmful. So there's something here where he's compromised and it's harmful. He's involved in something that's compromised and harmful. Cyclone damage. He's been caught in the whirlwind, Claire, and lies and deception. They need to get the bottom of it. And security cameras. They've been watching him. And I don't blame them, to be honest, because I would have done as well if I'd have had that power. And you were dealing with what they have been dealing with. Um, Interesting. So the outcome for these meetings, the peace talks, the outcome of the peace talks between King and Harry. Oops, energy weapon at the bottom. Keep shuffling. The outcome, please. Ooh, what's just sprung up? There's a card just sprung up. Citing disclosure. Like that. The outcome. Resigns, leaves office. Somebody resigns and leaves office. There's some form of a disclosure. Business tycoon. Trump could be behind this. Do you know what I mean? Trump could have, because she was like, I mean, I am not his number one fan, but they were like that about him. You don't know. I mean, she's in his country. She is in Meghan. It involved his country. So there's let's not name names. There's a business tycoon here. Um, has Trump been? I've said it again. I've said his name. Has a business tycoon been doing surveillance on them? I'm wondering. Banking and currency, underwater, in too deep, corrupt dealings, rulership handover, support role. Now, if we lived in a perfect world, Harry would have been the support, and that's not derogatory. That's actually quite a good role to be. Never diss support roles to Princess Anne, never diss support roles to Prince Edward because they've done it exemplary. Do you know what I mean? Support roles can actually be quite a powerful place to be. Experiment or test. This feels like a new thing they're having to face. Surveillance record. Final card, the outcome. Social media. I need to keep pulling. I'm sorry. I know you're not bothered that I keep pulling, are you? Moon, not unclear. Spreading, mutating. What's the outcome of this for Charles? It's not going to be where Harry comes back and it's la la la. There's going to be manipulation on social media, spreading information. How outcome for the king? The outcome of this for the king. Energy weapon and controlled narrative. There's only so much that the king can do. Outcome for Harry. Outcome for Harry. Evidence of scandal. Cyber attack. There's something here with their tech. Cyber attack, evidence of scandal. I want to keep pulling. I know I'm just random. Change is coming. I feel it'll possibly be round about when Charles dies. It's a vision I keep getting. I think they may, make headway, but I think there's going to be something about the funeral and when they put on those dark clothes. Do you know what I mean? That's what she's got on. Um, Change coming once when Diana died, it was a huge portal, and I think the same will be for Charles. I don't think you'll get the wailing in the street like we all did and lighting all the candles to the extent that we did for Diana, but whenever he transitions, it will be a huge portal in some way, shape, or form, and it'll be a huge portal for the family. And planned outcome, so looking at future plans for him. Urgent, act now, time's running out, Harry. Strategy and planning, so they could be planning about different ways to bring him back into the fold, and there is going to be an unexpected result here. And I'm going to just do one more card because I like this deck. Uprising and Rebellion. So does he find out stuff about what's been going on and then flips? Who knows? Right, we're going to move on to Harry and Meghan, the energy around them at this time. And no, I don't need to use that deck. I'm drawn to a deck over there. Mm, I don't. I do. Bear with me. We may cut this bit out. Oh, God. Got a brand new chair and it just goes whoosh. So this deck is another deck from Trish James and it's Stardust Shadows Tarot Oracle. And it is for famous people, apparently. Stardust Shadows looks at celebrity corruption. It's for celebrity and corruption. We'll go. I need to get use this deck for Harry and Meghan. So show me the energy of Harry and between Harry and Meghan at the time of filming, please. I'm not looking at the deck because it's a double-sided deck, so I'm just looking at you. Show me the energy of Harriet and Meghan, please, at the time of filming. And the card at the bottom is getting away. Six of Swords transition getting away. So now we're gonna compliant, obedience, somebody breaking free of the chains. Somebody breaking free of the chains there. Web of lies, again interconnected. We're getting this web of lies energy around them. Itchy nose as well. Selected, handpicked. He was handpicked. I nearly said bastards then, because anyone that goes out, I don't care whether you're a prince or just a normal fella in the pub, he was handpicked, selected. I mean, look at her with the mask coming here. There could even be a group of people behind this. It could have even been 2D real. I've always said this right until 2020, I think, when I started on YouTube. I used to laugh at myself back then, thinking, "Shut up, Claire." Maybe other people did too. I don't care. But I feel as though that this was a strategic attack on the royal family. Um, there is more to it behind the scenes. There's more to it. Similar under the same umbrella. There's something else going on under the same umbrella. Brain fog, hazy, not in the right mind. Harry wasn't in the right mind. Warning, dangerous situation. He was warned. It was a dangerous situation. Deal. He agreed to it. However that was it whether I can't get words out, was that toxic? Whether it was cohesion, whether it was vulnerability, trauma, negotiation, Two of Cups, two people coming together. We know the huge past life connection between them both. Sacrifice energy, the Hanged Man. We know she's got issues with her past life trauma. We'll do one more card, then we're going to move on. In disguise, masked appearance. Yeah, that's it. This is coming to a head in a big way. Whether we'll find out the ins and outs, but yeah, don't let Trump know your phone lines. I'm only joking. Do you know we've just been to the Isle of Lewis, and I didn't know this. One of you put in the comments that not Trump was born there. I don't think that was true. I think you said that his mom had come from there, or one of his parents had come from Isle of Lewis. I wish I'd known that at the time. Um, but yeah, powerful stone circle there. Anyway. Oh, we're not finished yet. We've got other stuff to look at. I'm not going to, I really don't like to delve too deeply into Harry and Meghan. I protect my energy and I respect my energy, and I don't want to infest it with the darkness that lies there. I don't want to, um, but there is those very different deck to those decks, and that deck backs up very deeply what's going on. That there's some serious issues there, serious issues, and the fact that her social media has gone very quiet at the time of filming. At the time of filming, it's gone very quiet. Anyway, Kate and George, and the reason why I'm having a look at these two, bless them, is because of the Wimbledon. I'm going to start with Kate first, Catherine, Princess of Wales. I'll explain why I'm going to read on them. I was concerned over how thin Catherine was when she was in the blue dress. It was the second time she'd been to Wimbledon in 2 days, and she looked in terribly thin and tired. And I wonder if, and I've said this before, that there's issues around her figure. If the pressure of public life really does get to Catherine, and I've also seen, I mean, of the past couple of weeks, I've seen a picture of Pippa, and again, Pippa is terribly thin. Like literally, that you could see the what's it called, ribs sticking out, and very little waist. And I think there's been pressure, mother wound there from Caroline, Carol, um, to be perfect, to be a certain way. And I think for Catherine, let's move away from Pippa. For Catherine being back in the public eye a lot, I hope that this isn't true, but I think it puts too much pressure on her in relation to eating. Um, and yeah. So let's pull some cards on it. And the reason why I'm pulling on George, bless him, he was in a bit of a funk, wasn't he? But I actually tuned into it, and one of the things that Diana said was that there's been I actually, when I first saw it, thought it was fake news, but it actually wasn't. There's been a bit where basically Charlotte was talking to a little boy on crutches and stuff, and George was looking at him foul. And when I saw it, I was like, That's got to be AI," but it's not. Um, then there was other pictures of him looking in a huff. When I tuned into it, Diana said one of the things that's going on there with him is his age. She said teenage. Well, I know he's not a teenager yet, but she said it starts very early, and he's getting teenagery and stroppy and hormonal and moody. Obviously, I've never had teenage boys, and she said it can be like a total personality transplant. It's nothing sinister. He's not a little shit. He's just tired. He's possibly got issues coming up with changing of schools, pressure of being a prince, which is, I think, is pressure myself. I want to be a prince. And the heat and having to wear that suit, I don't agree with, to be honest. I don't agree they should be. And the men can do what they want because they're in charge of themselves. But I really didn't think there was a necessity for George to be in a suit. Not when you've seen them in winter where they go to the Christmas surface in the little shorts. And then Wimbledon, when it's blistering out there, they're buttoned up. So anyway, Catherine, Princess of Wales. Woo, okay, what's going on here? Interesting. Index blowing out everywhere. Temperance needing to find a balance, struggling to find a balance with this new start that she's got, the Fool, but let's keep shuffling. Show me why Catherine appeared so thin at Wimbledon. Battles. Yeah. Releasing battles. There's still issues with her weight. Um, she's still got her demons to fight to face with that. Um, Ten of Pentacles. Too much. She actually struggles. I'm hearing she struggles with too much. What's the name of it? Not overwhelm. And I know she gets called like, what's it, Duchess Doolittle and all of that kind of stuff. But she actually struggles with too much to do. And this is all tied into eating issues. There are eating issues there. There was lots of evidence of it. And actually, if you love someone, like many people claim to love Catherine, if you truly love someone, you can see that there are periods where she is extremely thin. We've also seen where she's had certain plasters on the where they bite down and they cut their hands and all of that. I've researched it. Thank you very much. I do my homework. Um, and we've not seen evidence of the plasters for a while, but there's other things going on there. And if you truly love someone, you want the best for them. And yeah, King of Cups, needing to look after herself. Also, as well, William's concerns, Six of Pentacles, out of balance. She needs to really have balance. Um, it's almost like, it's like if this was seen early doors, why wasn't this flagged up? It's giving, I'll tell you why I'm getting a bit, because it's giving me Diana vibes when there was issues. I'm not saying that they're the same, well, actually, yes, because she had eating issues. But I'm saying both women w- struggled with the burden of being Princess of Wales, and it was very evident that they had issues, very different issues. But if she can't cope with having a big to-do list, and she deals with overwhelm, and she can't deal with overwhelm. And she's got what's the body dysmorphia? It's not that, is it? That's not Googling. Where she struggles with how she feels and how she's, I mean, putting her in the role of Princess of Wales in after Diana and the spotlight on Diana, it was quite cruel, but obviously, they may not have realised. But yeah, three of discs putting pressure on herself. That card when it's upright is all about recognition for your service. In reverse, it's worrying too much, or I'm going to keep pulling. The Hierophant, Ace of Cups in reverse, overworking. People, hey, overworking. She hardly does anything. For her, it's too much pressure. If you think about, I mean, we all, as women, especially as women, and she's in her 40s going through the perimenopause, it is too much. I would not want to be a Princess of Wales at all. Judgment, it's too much. She can't cope with it. She cannot cope with the exposure and the um judgment, the looking at her outfits, the for although she is incredibly beautiful, when she's actually in a nice weight, she looks good and she can carry clothes off really well. But when she goes too thin, and that's also a sign of other things going on, and that could have also been one of the reasons why she didn't appear at Ascot. Um, I mean, judgment in reverse is when you're drowning in your stuff. Yes. Anyway, we'll leave that there. George, bless him, fuming. It's awful hormones, aren't they? Hormones in teenage life are awful. Well, they're not awful. It's good, but yeah, I liked Charlotte's pink nails. She's got Diana's eyes as Charlotte, even though they're like a browny greeny colour. I looked at them the same shape. Um, George, why was George looking foul at that little fella? He would take his head off at one point, but it's fine. Two of Wands. He didn't want to be there. He didn't want to be at Wimbledon. Um, he didn't want to be there at all. The Fool in reverse at the bottom. He didn't want to take that leap of faith. He was in a huff because he wanted to possibly do or be somewhere else. Um, there's possibly been a bit, probably words between William and George beforehand. Um, Obviously, now at the age he is now, they'll be getting him ready. They're starting to. There was that thing at the was it VD or VVD? That sexually transmitted disease, VD or something like that. Um, where he stayed behind, didn't he, and went into the palace to see people. So they are starting to bring in this thing about you're going to be a king one day. Um, and he's not sure of it. He's all over the place with his feelings, emotions, being a teenager, well, a teenager. Page of Swords. He's in his page era. It's hormones. So anyone else that saw it and thought, should we be worried? If that was Prince William, we should be worried. Okay, if that was Prince William, but he's just a lad coming up to his teenage years that just wants to kick back and relax. Um, the star possibly even struggles with being on show. I mean, God Almighty. So we've got his mother that struggles with it. We had Granny Diana that struggled with, and Charles that struggled. You know what I mean? So he's got a lot going on there. Can be overwhelming. And again, there's Call to Nature and one more card, Ace of Swords in reverse. I'm going to do one more, comes and Justice. So there's nothing here to be concerned about. Like I said, if it had been Prince William, what I mean by that is, before people start saying I'm a Prince William hater, is Prince William is an adult man. So if he started scowling at children like that, we'd be concerned. But George is a young lad that is coming into his hormones, his teenage years. He didn't want to be there. Um, and yeah, that's it. Anyway, I think that's my list done. Whew. Thanks for watching. There is a playlist on here called CT's Raw Tarot. If you want to work your way through that, you can. Thanks for watching. Love to all. And this will be, no likely, continued.